Big news, big news. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about this big news right after this. Yes, yes, yes.
I would regret it if people look back at the first episode and you weren't on it.
Yeah, well, I like that. It's called forward thinking.
We have one of the worst beats in the world. We do. Our beat is horrible.
Connor could shove that article up his ass.
And then I went to that game, and I was like, this is the greatest team I've ever seen in my life. I'm a Jet fan. This is going to be the greatest run ever. Yeah.
No, because if they take Ekwonu, I'm not complaining.
Joe Douglas is the king of keeping shit close to the vest.
A 2, a 4, and a 6 for Darnold?
Did the Jets really ruin Sam Darnold, or did Sam Darnold just suck all along and we were just trying to talk ourselves into it?
And Hamilton is a player who can potentially make a very big impact.
And suddenly, here we are today. You can't get rid of him.
Right. It's like a plague.
Joe Douglas was hired because he's not those general managers.
Okay, Luscious.
Somebody is going to fall just like Elijah Moore did, just like Michael Carter did.
You know, what would, if you had one sentence to say to Joe Douglas, what would you say? So you would say, you had me at hello, and then give him a big old wet one right on the smack.
Okay, so you saw my mock-off season a week and a half ago. You saw who I wanted and who I signed at guard, and you saw who Joe Douglas signed at guard. That's because I'm in the mind of Joe Douglas. I transport the feelings to Joe Douglas. I said, let Fatukasi go. Don't pay him. He doesn't stop the run. They ran right through us last year for the last 10 games of the year. I said, you put your money to guys who execute, who know our system and are right for our system. Fatukasi, bad for our system. Good for a 3-4, not good for a 4-3. Laken Tomlinson, good for our system. Zone blocker, great run blocker, very good pass protector. Yes, that's what Zach Wilson needs. That's what Michael Carter needs. That's what the New York Jets need. Laken Tomlinson is a huge pickup for the New York Jets. We are a better football team right now because of this move. It cost us $13 million per, 27 guaranteed. We got him locked in for 3 years guaranteed. If we want him for the 3 years, we can cut him after 2. I'm not thinking of cutting this guy. I'm thinking of, wow, I can't wait to see this offense play with a real true right guard, with a stud right guard opposite of AVT. Becton coming back. George Fent. It's looking good. Hooray is right. Hooray is right. That's what our offense needed. We need to score points. We need to get serious. And now we are serious. Now the question is, do we go for a new center, or is McGovern going to stay at center? What are we going to do in the draft? So many questions come out of every move. But JD basically just followed through with exactly what he said, what Robert Saleh said in the last press conference of the regular season. They said, we're going to build in the trenches. And the first thing we did in free agency, 2.5 hours, 3 hours in, is we agreed to terms with Laken Tomlinson, a player that they're familiar with, knows our system, still young, got the best years ahead of him, and solidifies our offensive line on the right side. So now we have competition at tackle. Who's going to play which side of tackle? I don't care. I'm just glad that Becton's coming in with a chip on his shoulder. He's been motivated. He's been questioned. He's been put on notice. He's coming in. George Fant, great year. AVT going to only get better on a great rookie year. And now we get Tomlinson. We're starting to build the offensive line, and this is exactly what we needed to do. And now our quarterback might actually have a chance to drop back and get more than 1.7 seconds to throw the ball. So we got to like that. Let's go, John Post. Great move. I know, Afram. There's nobody that can complain about this. It's a wacky Monday. I know the Dolphins are making moves, retaining players. So I know you're probably excited on your end. We're excited because we just built on our offensive line, and that's exactly what we needed to do. No, I wasn't going to block you, man. I was messing with you. Yeah, I saw Tom on Green Beans on Green Bean's show, and I said, "Hey, man, I'm going to block you just to mess with him." And I said the reason I'm going to block you is I threatened you that you're not allowed to say what's up. Yeah, the Miami needs offensive line help too. That's why I have Miami in my mock draft taking Zion Johnson, because I have Miami adding to their offensive line as well. All I could say is there's still Daniels is still out there from the Bears. He's a good guard who has the versatility to play center, and I wouldn't be shocked if the Jets go after him as well. It would not be shocking to me if we try to upgrade from McGovern, cut McGovern, and free up $9 million. That $9 million would cover a lot of Tomlinson's $13 million. So look, don't be shocked if the Jets go for a center, pick up this and get rid of McGovern's $9 million. Although we could sit and do nothing, and I'd be satisfied with that. I think we're fine. You've been waiting for me. Well, I didn't go on because Matt O'Leary's on. Green Bean was on this morning. I go, the big guns have got it, but I needed to come talk about this signing specifically. Even if it's like the 10 core people that come here, I needed to talk with you guys and celebrate this. This is big, man. This is something I wanted. A lot of you guys know I wanted that. I wanted Tomlinson. Tomlinson. I always say Tomlinson. It's Tomlinson. I've wanted this guy for a while since I was first told about him. It takes away so much pressure. It takes away the urgency, right? Would I still take Ekwonu? Hell yeah, I would still. Maybe not. I don't know. Where would Ekwonu play? It does open up the possibility for Lindenbaum. I'm not saying I am for that. I'm not saying the Jets should take Tyler Lindenbaum, but it does open up the door for it, because you could free up $9 million in cap space by cutting McGovern, and Lindenbaum is a plug-in starter. And can you imagine that offensive line? As much as you might be against taking him with one of the top picks in the draft, can you imagine what that offensive line would look like if you said Becton, AVT, Lindenbaum, Tomlinson, and George Fant? That would be absolutely outrageous. Does that mean we're going to take Lindenbaum? Am I saying that? No, I'm not. I'm just saying it opens up possibilities. Look for a strong possibility. The Jets look for Alec Lindstrom in the draft now in the later rounds. Very possible the Jets make a play for him. Yeah, so it's 3 years, $40 million, $27 million guaranteed, which means we take, I think, a $1 million or $2 million cap hit the third year if we wanted to not follow through with the contract, if he didn't pan out. But let's not think of that scenario. I got to get negativity out of my mind. I got sent back home from work because I had khaki shorts, not khaki pants. Yeah, man, you don't wear shorts to work. Do you know the Laken? Okay, so somebody just shared the details. $40 million 3 years, $27 million guarantee. Sounds like the teams are fighting over Kirk. Yeah, I'm hearing that the wide receivers, even guys like Kirk, are going to go for double digits. So they're going to go for a little bit more than people expected. And the big joke is, I guess Amari Cooper may have been worth $20 million. Submission 72. Good to see you, man. We're excited about this. Tomlinson is okay, I guess. No, he's more than okay. He's really, really good. He's really, really good. I still hope we sign LDT as backup. I want depth in this position. I would like to bring in Chandler Jones. Well, we'll see, man. I haven't heard about him signing anywhere else. Fixing the offense and free agency. Hopefully we'll draft defense. Very possible. I'm here for it. Let's go Jets. All right, Dom C, man. Who did I have? Who did I sign in my offseason? Laken Tomlinson. I think like Joe Douglas. That is a good deal. It's nice to hear a Jets fan perspective, a Miami fan perspective, that Miami wanted him too, and we're not out of our minds. Sounds like Ecom and Neal going to be there for you guys to Jags adding guards now. I think that the edges are going to be gone. I don't know if I don't know if we would take Ecom and Neal now. I don't know. It's tough because you create an overflow at positions. Like, who are you going to bench? If you took Ecom, where do you put him? Do you bench George Fant? Do you bench Becton? Hard to imagine. I think we don't want to hear this. Maybe Sauce Gardner. With the 4 pick, maybe Hamilton. Maybe we go for Jermaine Johnson, or an edge. Maybe we trade out of it. It's really hard to say what we're going to do. What do you think about Jay Landry? Did we sign him? I think Jay Landry is a veteran receiver who's going to go somewhere that has a chance to win right away. I wouldn't be upset if we brought him in. I think his best years are probably behind him. Although I think he got something left in the tank. I think Jay Landry could be a good pickup. I think for a veteran team, a team that's closer to being, there. I think he's going to want to go to a place that's in a better position to win. It's my opinion. So I see him maybe signing on with the team, but the team that's ready to win got to have money, right? A lot of teams have cap issues, but that's what I see happening to Landry. If we picked him up, it would be a surprise. Joe Douglas likes young players with a lot more left in the tank, but it could be bringing in a veteran receiver for the benefit of Zach Wilson as a temporary thing. I don't know, but it's not something I'm expecting. It's not something I would hate or be against either. Can't wait to see what else Joe does up his sleeve. Yeah, we'll see, man. This is good stuff. This is good stuff. Jags screwing up as usual, but I don't know if they're screwing up. I think that if they're healthy, it's not screwing up. I think the Jags are trying to build in the trenches, they're gambling. They're gambling. We don't know if they screwed up unless they're injured or hurt. I think if the Jags play a 3-4, I think they're okay because Foley is a great defensive run stopper in a 3-4. So I think it's really just a matter of if they play a 4-3, I think they might be making a mistake. I think that Foley is definitely proven to be a very good run-stopping defensive tackle in a 3-4. Yeah, man, we're excited. Owen, good to see you, man. So excited. Right away we get the doubters and the naysayers off our back. People were already complaining. They were already saying fire JD, and now we make this big signing right off the bat. It was a position of need. It was a quality player. We paid the money. We showed that we're willing to pay money when it's for the right talent, and this is the right talent. Laken Tomlinson is a solid player, position of need, and Joe Douglas has showed I'm willing to pay the money when it's right for the team. Yeah, I don't think we need these guys anymore. The problem is I don't think the 2 top edges are going to be there either, which makes that 4 pick possible trade bait, man. You might have somebody want to trade up with us now to grab one of those offensive linemen. The Giants, Carolina possibly. There might be a competition of teams wanting to trade up and grab one of those guys and not lose them to somebody else. So all of a sudden, that number 4 pick might garner some value, and we could still get our guy if we trade down a few spots. We could still get Sauce Gardner. We could still pick up Hamilton at a more reasonable place in the draft. Maybe we trade back into the teens to get Tyler Lindenbaum. Maybe we trade back into the teens to get Nakobe Dean or Lloyd at linebacker. Lot of options when you take away such a big need and solidify your line, because that's no longer a position we have to be concerned about as much in the draft with the top picks. We don't have to worry about will Zion Johnson slip to the 35th pick. We don't have to worry about will Ecom slip to 4. Do we pick him at 4 and then not get an edge? No longer a concern. We have solidified our offensive line. We could now look to Alec Lindstrom, in my opinion, for center. You could even keep McGovern and let Alec Lindstrom prove himself and develop for a year. It gives us options. It now allows us to take those top 4 picks and focus and suddenly have the room and the space to say tight ends, right? Cornerback, Sauce Gardner. Edge, right? Possibly safety. If a scene was there in the second round or a Brisker was to slip. There's a lot more opportunities now, a lot more things. Wide receiver. How could I forget that? Wide receiver, right? But we've taken a need off the board. We've checked off offensive line. We can go into the season with the offensive line we have right now and be looking okay. I don't think it's complete. I think we need to build depth. We still haven't re-signed LDT. Morgan Moses hasn't been re-signed. There's no depth right now on our roster in offensive line. So we still have some work to do. but it's not as critical as starting those starting five. Do we have five starting offensive linemen that can create a top 15 offensive line in the NFL right now? The answer is yes, we do. I'm not guaranteeing that. I'm not saying we're top 15, top 13, or whatever. I'm saying, do we have the potential to move up and be in the top 12 even? Absolutely. Why not? Why not? If Becton comes back and shows what he was showing his rookie year and stays healthy, if George Fant plays the way he did last year, if AVT takes the next step forward with Tomlinson, and if McGovern plays the way he played the last 10 games of the year from game one, now you're looking at an offensive line that I'm pretty happy and excited about. We still need depth. Guys get hurt. I'm not, let's not kid ourselves. When do you see 5 starting offensive linemen stay healthy the entire season? It doesn't happen often. So what up, butthole? What up, Island Jets fan? We are in celebration mode. We made a move. And you know what? We might be making moves right now because I'm not checking because I'm talking to you guys. So if anybody sees anything going on, let me know. There's the mess. We could trade down 4. Yeah, I love the idea that we could trade down 4 if the edges aren't there. I love it. So many options in the draft now. This is what we wanted to do. We wanted to fill needs in free agency, and we just filled a major need in free agency. It's couldn't be any happier about it. Right now, I am just thrilled, just absolutely thrilled. Yeah, we talked about it before. I don't think that fully fits our system. I actually just had 2 slices of pizza. Jets mess. I'm sorry that you missed that. Braden joining us all the way from New Zealand. He's saying good stuff. What's the money? I'm hearing different amounts. It's 40 million 3 years. That's 13 million per, 27 guaranteed. Bengals negotiated 400 million deal with Alice Comfort in 4 minutes, tampering before the tampering period, perhaps. Yeah. Green Bean's going to probably do a video about that. So look for that. We're questioning. They didn't even bother to pretend that they waited and did and stayed legal, right? I mean, there's no way they negotiated a contract in 4 minutes. Let's face it. Really, who did the Jets stop from running right up the middle of the whole season? Yeah, look, no one could sit there and say, look, here's the thing about Fadakasi. He was really good one year in a 3-4, and then he was really not so good in a 4-3. So it's legitimate, and you could legitimately say it's the system right now, right? It could be that it wasn't a fit for him. We'll find out. The Jags will find out. Hey, I have no ill will towards the Jaguars, man. I'm not going to be negative towards the Jaguars. They're attempting to do what I said they should do last year, a year ago, and that is you need to build in the trenches, right? Just like the Jets, the Jaguars are on a similar path. You need to start in the trenches, and they're trying. And if he fits into a 3-4 and he's a stud run stopper, they made a good move. We'll find out. But they're trying to fill their holes, man. Nothing but love for the Jags, man. I have nothing against them at all. What is for lunch? I ate some pizza before. Me and my wife ordered last night from a place called Old World Giovanni's. Very, very solid, good pizza for Sacramento. Very, nice Brooklyn style thin crust. And I had a couple of slices left over, so I ate them. Don't forget to hit the like button, guys. I appreciate that. Like button. It helps. Hitting the like button really, really does help. Harry W., what's up, my brother? Just celebrating the good news. Couldn't resist coming on and celebrating the Laken Tomlinson signing. It's just good stuff. Good job on dropping this news, Jeremy. Laken was the guy who was been hacking. Hey, man, I got to be honest. I saw it on Matt O'Leary's channel. It's all over Twitter. But I guess if you don't follow those things in social media, it's a little bit harder to see because the NFL Network is awful, man. It takes them forever to announce deals. So I'm glad I could help out and give you that news. I hope LDT and Moses decide that being backups is okay. I think LDT will. I think it's less likely Morgan Moses will. So I don't think he'll sign, but I think we could still get LDT. What's up, bro? I never really worried about who Joe Douglas signs. Was worried about who he had, that he hadn't cut GVR or other cap eaters. How interesting do you think this week will be? Yeah, I don't know what he's waiting for with the cuts. Maybe he wants to slowly add. Like now, you might read that GVR is cut in the next couple of hours. Maybe he wanted to secure a guard. Because you can't. It doesn't make a difference when we drop him or cut him. We have plenty of time to adjust, and with the cap and everything, there's no rush for that. And you want to make sure, like, what if we didn't re-sign LDT? What if we weren't able to get Laken? You don't want to put us in a position where we don't have a guard at all, right? I'd be pretty pissed if they hold on to GVR as a backup guard. I don't think they will because they're going to want to free up the $3 million. And I think you can get a $1 million minimum wage guy that's just as good as GVR to do it. It's hard to imagine us paying GVR $3 million to be a backup guard when we know he's not a very good player. Berrios back. Berrios is not back, unless you know. I'm hearing Berrios back. What's the deal on that, guys? Did we just sign Berrios? We signed Berrios, and I called that one again. $6 million a year. It's exactly what I said. Everybody was arguing on the Long Island Joe, the Long Beach Joe guys thing, saying we should pay him $9 million. No, we're not going to pay him $9 million. We paid him $6 million. Just what I said. I'm sorry. It's my first year on the tube, and I'm building a reputation as a guy who knows what they're talking about so far because we got him for the exact price that I said. Thank you. Everybody was ready to jump and pay this guy $9 million a year, and they were saying, "Who cares? What's an extra $2 or $3 million? What's an extra $2 or $3 million? Are you crazy? $2 or $3 million is big time. That's what that is." So now we get Berrios back. Oh, man, I bet it's in a tweet right here from Adam. Yeah, here he is. Yeah. Adam, Y2K. $6 million per, just what I predicted. Just what we said. $9 million, that was ridiculous. Oh, my God, what an awesome signing that is, guys. It's so good to have Berrios back. Very glad we did that. So now we have secured, we got Elijah Moore, we got Corey Davis, we got Berrios. Okay. Mims will be in camp. But yeah, we need to start locking down our wide receivers. We got 3 guys. Berrios, very good returner, very good special teams player, gadget guy for the offense. He'll, definitely brings us value. He's a solid guy. We still need not a number one, because Elijah might be not a number one. We just need a substantial receiver still. We still need that guy. So if we bring in Robinson, that would be great. If we go draft and bring in a guy, that's fine. But Berrios has now been signed. We have secured Berrios for $6 million a year. And man, I want to go to Long Beach's channel and find those people that were saying we should pay him $9 million. I'm telling you, and they'll still argue, oh, but now you could have made him happy. You could have showed loyalty. No. You don't throw away $3 million. $3 million is substantial. You get a real player for $3 million. That $3 million we saved, if we would have paid him $9 million, that $3 million makes Tomlinson's salary look like $11 million a year or $10 million a year instead of $13 million. You got Hater Ali, I'm so glad that you're back, man. I know that you're usually not able to catch me live. I'm glad. I know that you're always out there watching the videos. It's good to see you, my friend. I missed you. I was actually thinking about you the other day. And I was thinking, man, I hope Hater's out there. I hope he's good. Best to your family, my friend. You're such a good guy. I like you so much, man. And I'm so glad to see you here right now. So makes me happy that I came on and I get to see you, buddy. You guys are ahead of us. We need receivers. Yeah, man. Look, I think that when we both selected our quarterback, and now we need to start giving that quarterback weapons. So it doesn't surprise me that our teams are on a similar path. Pizza is a breakfast of champions. Yeah, well, it is. I guess kind of. Maybe it's kind of brunch. I don't know. I ate it right before I went on. You know what I had for breakfast, Mets? One of those 99-cent frozen from the supermarket Tina's burritos. That's what I had for breakfast. No one signed Lee Cravat yet. Lee Cravat is a free agent. He's on a couple of board of directors though for some energy companies. But he's still a free agent technically. He's still signable. Jets Fatukasi intends to sign with Jaguars. Yes, we know that. That is good for him. Look, I like Fatukasi. I'm glad he's getting paid. Wasn't the right fit for us. Glad he's getting paid. Barrios, 12 million. I love it. $6 million a year. Perfect. We lock him down. I'm happy for him. Congratulations to Barrios. You deserve it. You're getting paid exactly what you should get paid. It's very, very good for the Jets. Very good for Barrios. Couldn't be happier for him. So Fatukasi is, yes, I see that he's getting paid. We got Friggle D here. It's just celebrating. Man, this has been this is a great start. We went from no activity and people hitting the panic button to Laken Tomlinson and securing another wide receiver that we like. Barrios, a good player for the team. So we have our number, I would say like our WR4. Although right now, if you look at the 3 secure guys that we have that we trust right now, Corey Davis, Elijah Moore, Barrios would be the slot in that scenario until we've signed somebody else. Denzel Mims, again, is coming to camp, but I don't count him. If he does anything for us, I'm happy and I'll take it. I'm not giving up on him, but I think we have to move on from counting on him. We can't count Mims as a part of our plan anymore until he plans that he is. Until, he's got to come in and earn it. So for right now, let's just say that we have 3 spots secured. I consider Barrios a WR4, a backup slot / gadget player / special teams. I could be wrong, man. He might come in as your slot receiver starting and be fine. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to draft or sign a wide receiver. And then I think that we're going to have that piece very well set. I think we paid him exactly the top. So, really people were saying 5.4, 5.5. They were trying to value him. 6 million is perfect because it's like a reward for what he did last year. So, hey man, I am proud that I'm getting some of this right. I will get things wrong. My hot takes are all wrong, right? Like if you look at Frankie's hot takes from last year, I was having fun and everything. But this is the stuff that I'm proud to get right. Like the things about, I insisted that we're going to get Barrios back for 6 million and that we shouldn't pay him 9 million, and it happens. I was talking Laken Tomlinson up like crazy. My only alternative to Laken Tomlinson in my mind was Daniels from Chicago because I like his versatility playing center. And I still think there's a chance we're going to get him, but I don't know how much more money we're going to spend. So it depends on the price tag for him. But I wouldn't rule it out until you see Daniel sign somewhere else. I wouldn't completely rule him out. I also, I have no problem taking the center, Lindstrom in the draft. I think that's a good strategy too. I'm just happy that we took care of right guard, man. I am so big on offensive line. It's so important, especially on our offense, man. Now we can establish. I want to, we got to be realistic. If we really want to run the ball consistently against good defenses, you need to have an offensive line that you can trust. You need to be solid all the way through. I still think we need a better center long term, but I think McGovern is serviceable right now. And I'm not expecting to win the Super Bowl next year. I think that's, having one final piece to really take the next step, as far as being a contender. It's fine to have that need in center. Like, again, McGovern is not a hole. It's not like a complete catastrophe to the offensive line. I just think that we need to upgrade it eventually at some point. If we upgrade it this year, that's great. If we upgrade it next year, that's fine as well. What's up, Del83? Thanks for coming, man. We're just celebrating, really happy. Got our boy Barrios back. We got Laken Tomlinson back, or got him at all. Solidifying our offensive line, just celebrating all that good stuff. I cannot wait until Zach Wilson has more time, and my guy, Elijah Moore, is going to light up the NFL. I am so, of all the rookies, man, I mean, I love Michael Carter. And, everybody knows I love Zach, and I'm excited about Zach's potential. But Elijah Moore is special, man. It's the first jersey I ordered. And if you give Zach some time in the pocket, Elijah Moore is going to be an unstoppable force. He is a crisp route runner. He is fast, explosive, and the best part of Elijah Moore is that he's like the hardest worker, man. He is the man. He is just the best human being, probably maybe on the team. I mean, I love this kid. Such a great kid, so talented. And now we have but for him to do it, for him to succeed, his quarterback has to have time to find them, right? And he has to have time to run his routes. Signing the league leader in tackles. Yeah. Hey, man. I have nothing against the Jaguars. I'm glad Aiden's here. I want him to feel welcome, guys. The Jaguars are not our enemy. They've never done anything bad to us, so we're fine with them. We have no excuses to draft ham and sauce. We have no excuse not to draft ham and sauce. Yeah, I was saying that before. We have a lot of flexibility now, right? Because we don't have to think about Neal and Aquanu. It takes a lot of us. It takes a lot of weight off of our shoulders. And there's a lot of flexibility and a lot of things we could do with that 4 pick. We can grab one of those 2 guys. We could trade down to like 7, 8. Let one of those teams that's like freaking out about now, because now there are teams are going to look to Neal and they're going to look to Aquano as very obtainable. And if we don't need them and the 2 edges are gone, we very easily, I could see the Giants wanting to move up. I could see Carolina wanting to move up. A lot of things could happen. So I would love to not trade back too far so we could still imagine being able to gain an extra second round pick and like a 4th next year and still get Sauce Gardner or still get Hamilton at 6 or 7. But just imagine what a freaking steal that would be for us. So I'd love to see something like that happen. Maybe we take a gamble, get one of those guys at 10, trade all the way back with the Eagles or something and pick up an extra 2 1s there, get a Lindenbaum and a linebacker. I mean, who knows? There's just endless possibilities. I still think we need an edge. So hopefully JD has one in mind. Like if it's not Thibodeau and if it's not Hutchinson, who is it? Is it Jermaine? Is it Boye Mafe? Is it Travis? Is it there's other guys? It's just who does he like? Who can we expect it to be? Is it George Kaloftis? We need to get an edge. Now let's get our tight end. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting a tight end. I really want to get a proven veteran in there. I don't want to go in with a rookie as our leading guy, no matter who it is, because it takes rookies time. And I want Zach from day one to have a reliable tight end receiver. The ultimate glue guy. Yeah, you got to love a player like Berrios, man. He's a great player to have on the team. You got to love a player like that, What Jet fan doesn't love Berrios? I'm so glad he came back at a reasonable price. So nice. And that answers the question why Berrios is in Florida, I think, with the other guys playing with Zach, right? And warming up and practicing because he knew he was coming back. So, yeah, man, I'm happy for him too. He deserves it. He deserves the money. I like Foley Fadukasi a lot. He's a good guy. It's a better fit for him. So I hope he does well. I hope he has success. Appreciate what he gave us. He was a good find. And, he earned his money. He earned that contract. I hope he does well. I hope it's a better system for him. I don't see us paying. Well, say you don't pay a huge contract, but maybe, it depends. What is Robinson going to cost? That's the big question. What is Robinson going to cost? I was predicting we'd have about $40 million to spend. So if that's true, we just went down to 27. So it just depends on what he cost. I'm just happy that we filled a major hole. As long as we keep filling the holes, I still think we need a depth guy. Now, when I say 40 million, that's including the assumption that we re-signed LDT for about 4 million. So when I say that, if we sign LDT for 4 million, it doesn't come out of that 27. That was something that I had done in my off-season simulator. So I'm not going to I'm going with when I say 40 million, I'm assuming we re-sign some of the guys like that. My brother's asking me if we overpaid for Tomlinson. It's like, no, we did not overpay. We had the worst run defense in the last. Yeah, look, he wasn't a right. Can we all agree that Fatukasi was not a good system fit, but he didn't magically forget how to play football, because 2 years before that he was one of the best run stoppers in football. So let's just say it was the wrong system for him and wish him well. Okay, and if he stinks in every system from now on, then fine. It's good that we didn't resign him. But if he's great, don't get too upset that he's great. Don't think that we made a mistake, because he just needed to find the right system. So sometimes it's okay. It's okay if he leaves and he's a good player and he has a great career in a 3-4 system. I believe the Jaguars run a 3-4. So, Aiden, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm assuming the Jaguars run a 3-4. If we don't resign Moses, I would like Kennard in the draft. Okay. Kennard, I'm wondering when he would come. Would he be 3rd, 4th round? Jaguars reportedly will sign Foye coming from the Falcons. That's a good signing. It's a good signing. I like that that they're so the Jaguars are so active. Good for Jacksonville. They have money and they're going for it. You might not agree with the moves they're making, but at least they're moving and they're making moves. I kind of like Jacksonville, man. We beat, they never hurt us really. We have no reason to not like them. Not that I'm a fan of other teams, but my new nephew is a Jacksonville fan. I just, they were an extension team. When I rooted for them when they first came into the league, it was exciting. When I have memories. I was around then, and I just liked them. I like him, and I like my new friend that's in here, like following my channel. So I wish him well. Right, I told you a Fins fan today. Cap goes up very fast. You have to be frugal, and that $3 million could be used to extend the key player or in conjunction. Exactly, you gotta manage the money. People were acting like it didn't matter. Like on that other, I was on another chat. And they were like, "Oh, it's only 2 or 3. Just pay it to him." And it's like, if that's your attitude with every contract, oh, it's just 2 or 3. Oh, it's just 2 or 3. Oh, it's just 2 or 3. That is just not the way to build a winner, man. You gotta be so careful and manage that money so well. Moses may be a goner, but we certainly need more depth at OT. Yep, we need more depth on both positions, the guard and tackle, right now at this moment. So we got to see who we re-sign and who we don't re-sign. Hot takes are better than a hot foot. I took ridiculous hot takes, though, Grandizer. I had Zach Wilson throwing 40 touchdowns. Now, I was drunk when I wrote it, but I had him at 40 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 9 interceptions. I had him at 4,500 yards or something. I don't know. So we just used 19 million. Yeah, but I don't count Berrios either. Okay, so like when I say 40 million, that was, if I go back to my off script, my off-season draft simulation, we had signed Berrios for 5.5. So that's $500,000 that I was short on that. And then we re-signed LDT for like 4.5. So we're still on track. Like my 40 million is still a viable number with Berrios already included. So the 40 million, take away the 13 million. We're still at 27 million based on my numbers of who I thought we would re-sign. I also think I re-signed Fatukasi, so we could take that one off and give us some money back and put us back at 30, 31 million. So I had re-signing him for like 5 or 6 million. Walter football grades. Oh, man. B+ grade. I can't pretend to care about Walter football too much. Well, I don't know that. Different sites have different parts to the site. I used to like Walter football, and I guess there's still value in it. They do talk about players, and you can learn about a lot of players on Walter football. What I don't like is their drafts. I think their drafts are ridiculous, dude. They just are the worst. When you look at the draft predictions, it's just horrendously bad. But they do talk about the players and do pick out good players. So I guess it has its value. But you know what? I'll always accept a good grade. B+. Good for them, right? Yeah, man. Troy Anderson. That would be something, right? We just have to get him in the late rounds, man, and it'll be exciting. It'll be exciting it would be exciting because it would be like, man, we have a GM that thinks like we did. Like he saw the same thing we saw. Like that would be really cool. We'll see. I think he's smart. I think he's a smart player. He's a leader. I think he has all the attributes that Joe Douglas would love, especially if you're picking him late and throwing a dart at him. Chandler Jones. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. You like Walker, huh? I always say that's who I meant to say Walker. Yeah. Yeah. Opinions vary. Opinions vary on who we would want there. Thank you for the kind words, my brother. Oh, yeah. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. I can't see Moses wanting to be a backup. Yeah, it's hard to see Morgan Moses wanting to be a backup. He did say, though, to the press that he appreciates that you have to work and earn your position. But I don't see how in his head he believes he could beat out Fant after the year he had, or Beckham, for that matter. Looks like Jags will be signing Christian Kirk to the big deal. Was that announced? Are the Jags are the busiest team in free agency right now. They are going absolutely berserk. If that's true, they are absolutely going just freakish. Let's see. There's so much excitement on Twitter from Jets fans right now. Braxton Berrios sent out a tweet that said, "We're back." Let's see. I'm just trying to find this. Trying to find some Jacksonville information to see if that's true. Kirk is definitely somebody we were looking at. I mean, I'm not saying I hope that Jet fans don't flip out and freak out and kill themselves over Kirk. But hey, he's a solid guy. I don't know. I guess we'll have confirmations on all this. But Marcus Williams is the guy we're looking at next. Marcus Williams. If we sign Marcus Williams, does that mean Hamilton is off the board for us? Is the big question. It's interesting because Marcus Williams would cost a lot of money, and we'd be putting a lot of money into the safety position, which we haven't been willing to do. But maybe it's because we were waiting to sign someone like Marcus Williams, who's better than the guys we let go. Hassan Reddick, sources say 3 years, $45 million with $30 million fully guaranteed. So pass rusher Hassan Reddick, that's somebody that we were looking at and hoping for possibly. So that is off the board. Remember, we couldn't get everybody. As long as we fill needs, guys, we still have the draft and we still have money and things left to do. Bengals are re-signing defensive tackle B.J. Hill. That's a bummer. I would have loved that signing. That would have been a great guy to fill in for Fatakasi. We might have to draft a defensive tackle, guys. You gotta have people. I'm not saying we have to go high draft, but we might have no choice. Let's see if we re-sign Rankins. If we don't re-sign Sheldon Rankins, we got problems. We got a hole. Just center Ben Jones, 2 years, $14 million, A+ grade. Okay. Yeah, that's not bad. $7 million per. He's a good center. They have a great running game. There's nothing wrong with keeping their offensive line together. Edge in the draft. Hey, man, there's a lot of edges in this draft. And I guarantee you, take away Hutchinson and Thibodeau, I guarantee you one of those other guys, if not two, are going to pan out and be very good. Right? It's just a matter of who it is. What I can't believe is that Boye Mafe, well, some boards have him moving up, but some boards have him in the third round still. It's like they didn't watch the Senior Bowl. The kid's amazing. But that's one game. I know it's one game, but I like Boye Mafe. So I don't know how we know the Jets are interested in, since JD doesn't leak anything. It's just speculation. Yeah, it's all speculation. You're right. When I say we, I mean Jet fans. Like Jet fans are interested in Marcus Williams. Jet fans. Like I didn't know that JD was interested in Laken Tomlinson. I knew I was, and it makes sense that he was because we need a right guard. He's a very good guard. We need somebody, or prefer to have somebody that's comfortable with and knows our system. He comes from San Francisco, the same system, so it makes total sense for us to have wanted Laken, and it makes total sense. But we didn't know. We don't know anything until it happens because JD is a professional and he keeps his mouth shut. He doesn't show his hand. Showing your hand is stupid, by the way. Quick heads up for Green Bing Tham. Iran just launched a cruise missile at the U.S. consul in Iraq. Gotta go. See you later. Whoa. A cruise missile at the U.S. Why is Iran attacking us right now? That doesn't mean. What do they want? What the hell? I don't know any other football site that is consistent enough that puts out grades for transactions. That's kind of cool. It's kind of cool that they do that. I just don't like their drafts anymore. I'm disappointed because I used to really I used to go to Walter Football, man, religiously. And I just don't understand their draft predictions anymore. But that doesn't mean the information they give on players is wrong. And that doesn't mean they can't have good opinions of draft signings, signings, free agent signings. So no disrespect to them. I just don't listen. I don't respect their drafts. And the reason I think their drafts aren't the best is because they don't specialize on any team. Right? So when they make their predictions for the Jets, it looks ridiculous to a Jets fan. And yet they could end up being right because how many times have we made picks where we can't believe and we're in complete shock? So maybe, I'll check. Let's look at their predictions and we'll check what the teams do this year. And we'll know who the most accurate websites are in the draft. I'm looking, man, everything I turn on, nobody even knows it. The New York Yankees pulled off some huge trade today, and nobody even knows about it because everybody's so focused on football. But the Yankees made a huge trade. They got Donaldson and I think Fala, the guy who can play every position. He's pretty good. Let me see something here. Twitter. Anything new? Anything new, guys? Hassan Reddick off the market. Okay, we knew that. Okay, Frankie is talking about Drew Rosenhaus representing 99% of the players on the market. That's what's going on Twitter. Yeah, we could pretty much say that Hutchinson or Thibodeau is locked in at number one. There's no way Detroit's letting Hutchinson get past them. It's just which one of the edges of Jacksonville going to take. Everything that Jacksonville is doing right now shows 100% that they're taking an edge in the draft. No question about it. Yeah, I used to go to that website all the time back in those days, man. All the time. Get Frankie on. Frankie can come on anytime he wants, man. I can't do more than invite him. You know what I mean? Frankie does what he wants to do, not what I want him to do. But I promise you, if Frankie wanted to come on, I would have him on in a second. But I don't know. Tell him that. Say you miss us together. I miss us together. Me and Frankie are fun together, I think. But he's probably working right now. It's the middle of the day. My guess is that Frankie is working. To be honest, that's probably what he's doing. So I don't know if we're going to see him on. But he has an open invitation to be on. If he ever said, I want to be on your channel with you, I would say, hell yeah, come on. And send him the link instantly. Let me see who's on live right now. Man, is O'Leary just going to stay on all day? Jake Asman is on. Jets Media. There's a lot of people on right now. A lot of people live right now. And I think the Jets Lounge is open. Why am I marketing for other sites and things? Some people would call that silly. Let's see. What are you saying to me? Jeremy, do you remember that late 80s song by Sister Sledge? Frankie, do you remember me? If I heard it, I would remember it. but I don't know the tune. I don't know. I can't remember the tune, but I would remember it if I heard it. I think that the Jags were still taking OT to solidify their OL. Yeah, they're putting so much money into the trenches right now. So I don't know. We'll see. Look, nobody knows exactly nobody knows. That's what me and Gitmo understand after all these years. We know that nobody knows. Nobody can predict or know what's going to happen. So we're just going to find out. The draft will come, the picks will happen, the trades will happen. It will unfold. And after 3 days on Sunday, we'll all talk about it. Some of us will be happy, mad, upset, both at the same time because we got one guy we liked, but not another. It's all going to happen. And right now we're just speculating and trying to predict and guess. But the things that really get me excited is when something does actually happen. I was excited to get Laken Tomlinson. I was excited at the possibility, the hope. And here we are, and we got him. And I am super happy. I'm not. Nobody's going to have any doubt. And I know you guys knew that I would be because you've heard me say his name about 1,000 times in the past 20 days. So I am very, very glad that we got at least that piece wrapped up. It feels like a big relief to me. I can breathe now, man. We needed an offensive line. The one thing I didn't want to do is go into next year without a right guard, without addressing that, man. And now we are so good right now. We're so golden. Look at the offensive line right now. Look at our two guards, man. AVT and Laken Tomlinson. And then look at our tackles. Man, Becton's coming back angry with a chip on his shoulder. And then you got Fant, the way he played last year. When McGovern is your weak spot, that's a good position to be in. When he's the guy you'd have to say, okay, now how can we improve the OL? There's two ways we can improve it. We can probably get a better center, but it's not a bleeding situation. It's not urgent. It's not an urgent situation. We have a regular center, right? We have a guy. He's just a guy. Nobody in the league says, oh, they got a crappy center. Nobody's saying that. It's just a center. He's like a middle-of-the-road center. Can we improve it? Yes. Would I love to improve it? Yes. It'd be great if we improve it. Is it a bleeding heart, bleeding, gushing emergency? No, it's not. We turn our head somewhere else. We have bigger issues right now, bigger fish to fry. But man, if we trade down at all, if we gain extra picks, and we're sitting there third, fourth round, and Alec Lindstrom is sitting up there, man, you won't see me complaining if we make that pick. It feel pretty good. The other need we have on offensive line is we need depth. So we got to bring somebody back or something. We need depth right now. Right now, we don't officially have that locked in. Yes, my friend Nick, we are good, man. We are off to a good start. We got Berrios, and we got him for the correct price. We got Tomlinson. I don't care about, it might be a little expensive, but I'm not going to complain, man. Offensive line is where it's at. Build me a line, build me a team. Did you take off from work for free agency day? So I love it. I'm not off work. The kids are on spring break, and I'm actually taking a break. I've been working all day I'm working on this presentation for a professional development for my staff when we get back. So I am not off of work, but because I'm working from home because there's no internet at work, I kind of have flexible hours. So I'm more productive, like 2 to 6. I'm probably going to finish up. If I get this presentation done today, I'll be happy. I don't even have to. I got tomorrow too, but I want to get that done and some other things, catch up on my email and a couple of other things. I think Becton will always be hurt and play maybe half the. I don't know, man. I mean, I don't think it's a ridiculous opinion to think that could happen. I mean, we're Jet fans. But I don't know that it will necessarily happen. I don't know that it's destined to happen. So I think that we have bad luck, so you can always assume that a Jet's going to be hurt. But we'll see. A guy rolled on his leg last year. It wasn't his fault. Did you take off from work? Okay, so Gitmo. The two guards should make the center better because he won't have to cover for the crap guard like GVR. I agree. And you know what? When LDD came, McGovern played better. So there's that. Christian Kirk, I wanted him too, man. He was one of the guys I had. He's one of the guys I had. I picked him up. Remember, in my off-season simulator, I picked up Christian Kirk. He was one of my pickups. So he's definitely a guy I liked. But there's still, I think the big fish is still there, right? Nobody said anything about Allen Robinson coming off the board. So the big fish is still there. We still might use a top pick on a wide receiver. So my wife is asking if there's any way I could pick them up at the dog park in a half an hour. I didn't even know she left. Okay. I didn't even know she left. Okay. Should I make what if we get 40 people in here? Then I have to say, honey, walk home. I'm waiting for a phone call interview at 3, podcast 4 to 6. Want to connect for a recap show later? Yeah, man. Let's talk about that. Let's, as long as it doesn't conflict with Green Bean's mock draft. Okay. So yeah, I'll be in touch about that, Nick. And I gotta find you, man. It's hard to find you, man. I gotta teach you. We're gonna go online together, and I'm gonna teach you how to give me your URL for your YouTube. Because every username, when you sign up for YouTube, you have an account. Even if you have 0 videos, you have a channel. It'll say 0 videos if you don't post videos, but you have a channel. You need to go to that page because I can't find you because there's some cartoon that has Nick Shine in it. So there's like a million of them. I can't do a search for you. So you have to, everybody should know this. If you want someone to make you a moderator, this is how you do it. You have to go to the little icon in the corner, in the top right corner. And when you click on it in YouTube, there's a button on the side panel. You'll see a button that says your channel, like that. You can go to your channel. And when you go to your channel, right there, you can cut and paste your URL. Or you can go to like the 3 dots on the top right corner. There's always 3 dots. You click on it and you say share. And then you say copy link and you just send the link to somebody. If I put that link in when I go in as into my account, like into my YouTube studio, I can then add that and make you a moderator. That's how that all happens. Trade news. The Dolphins have pulled the trigger and traded for the Cowboys. Oh, darn it. We wanted to do that. Oh, wow. That's going to make the Dolphins freaking tough, man. What did they trade for him? Let's see. Miami gets their right tackle. It's a 2022 4th-round pick and a 2023 6th-round pick. That's not bad at all. For the Cowboys in exchange for Collins. What's his contract like? Oh, and a 7th. That's not a lot for a really good player, but I guess the question becomes, what are they paying him? But hell, that's a good pickup for the Dolphins. They needed to improve their offensive line, and they did. Wow. Dark Soldier. Hey, Mess, you know what you never told me, Mess? What bickering were you talking about? You said something about the bickering being annoying on the channel. Did that happen last night while me and Dom C were doing the draft? Was there bickering? I'm afraid, though, to find out who it is, because it's been a pretty consistent complaint. So I'm afraid to hear it. But you can't just throw that at me and then not follow up. You can't say that bickering was annoying before and then not follow up on it, because I don't know about the bickering and I need to know. I don't want no bickering. Oh, the whole fake name accounts thing. Yeah. But I warned him not to do it, and he said he wouldn't do it anymore. I went on to, you saw me do it on Green Bean's channel. I said, knock it off. And he felt bad and said he won't do it anymore. So we'll see. We shall see. Anyway, Nick, I'll be in touch about doing some kind of recap show later on. I got to get back to work. Guys, take care. Thanks for joining. Thanks for signing on. I'll probably be back later. If something big happens, you know me, I'll jump on. But I think Matt O'Leary is still on if you want to check that out. I think Jets Media is on or something like that. So there are places to go. And I think the Jets Lounge is open on Twitter. Sack Exchange has a lounge. So there's places you can go and hang out and talk football. That's nice to know. We got a A+ grade. So that's cool to see. Dark Soldier, I'll see you later, man. I'll be back on later. Guys, take care. It's been a good day so far. I'm feeling pretty good. Let's see what else happens. Take care, everybody.
I like Hutchinson the best, and I don't think Linderbaum is worth a top 10 pick. Thibodeau slipped, and I am going to grab Thibodeau. The Giants took Khalil Elam. Good for them. Kenyon Green is a guarantee in my mind. He would be such a dream pick right here. Evan Neal is still on the board. I'm not going to pick him now. That 44 pick could be tight end. That 44 pick could be a good linebacker, a good safety. We could drop back one pick and pick up a second rounder for New Orleans. We got options here.